Anybody else wish to be heard? Mr. Hamilton? Yeah, actually, oh, come on up. Ms. Aronia had her hand up before. Okay.
Len Hamilton, Myersville. Two things. One, just a very simple point of information from Mr. Pigeon. What are the responsibilities of the recipient of an Oprah request? Are they required to keep them personal, or do they become more publicly available?
I'm sorry, Lynn, I don't understand your question.
If someone does an Oprah request
Right.
and gets a stack of documents, can they
Yes,
circulate them?
Yeah.
absolutely.
They become public property after
Well,
that?
they're already
that's-
public.
yeah.
They're already public, and that's why they've gotten access to them. So
Okay.
once they have them, they can circulate them as they feel.
Yeah, okay. The other thing, and this is a very general charge, and I guess I'm speaking as chair of the Environmental Commission and member of the Planning Board and long-term interest in township matters. When I look at all of the things that are, well, maybe it's not all of the things, but many of the things that are causing our parking lot to be filled with cars by angry citizens and all sorts of things like that. These are all money matters, and money, of course, is a very big issue, whether we're talking about family budgets, company budgets, or township budgets. But the big items are the sewage treatment plant, energy costs, snow removal, flood control. We're talking about many tens of millions of dollars on these projects, and they're all environmental issues. And I have been working in this area for close to 20 years now, on the 10 Towns Committee and within the township on various things. And I've been at Rutgers for almost 40 years, and I'm used to seeing wheels grind slowly. But the wheels of this town have been grinding very slowly recently. We kind of had a shutdown last year and off to a slow start this year, although we're gaining some momentum. But I think the Township Committee and the boards and commissions need to just make an absolute commitment to move forward on environmental issues. I think we need to redo our master plan, we need to revise our ordinances, and we need to plan our infrastructure, and we need to make things happen and do it as quickly as we can, because every month or year that we lag behind is going to cost our citizens more and more money.
Thank you. I agree with you. In fact, we did take up the stormwater management plan at the planning board meeting yesterday, in fact. And my comment is really that, yes, we are taking up these issues. We need to take up these issues because, the DEP will come down here and shut us down and start fining us $50,000 a day or some ridiculous amount, yeah?
Right.
So we have to address them. We have no choice. And we're doing that. The only thing I want to remind you is we're all unpaid volunteers up here. And
There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah, well, most of the members of our committees that you're talking about, like your own committee, the Environmental Commission, the Planning Board, all of the members of those committees are also volunteers. So we have to be patient with those members. But I think they're doing an excellent job, including yourself, and I appreciate all the work that you're doing on behalf of the township.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else wish to be heard? Now, Mrs. Aronio. It's a tall glass.
Barbara Ronio, Gillette, New Jersey.
Welcome, Mrs. A.
Okay. While we're talking about truth, there was an article in the Echo Sentinel 2 weeks ago. It stated that the Iranios are the big joke at Town Hall. Now, I would like to know, the letter was in the Echoes. It was written by Mr. Schlegel. But apparently this is going on at Town Hall, where my husband's working, probably then under hostile environment. I'd like to know what's the truth there. One other thing, when in regard to how many Iranios, I think Mr. Schlegel would be happy to know that there's 11 more coming. So I hope they're all going to stay in town and work and volunteer in here long after I'm gone. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mom.
Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Motion to,
Mayor, just on the one motion of Mr. Schlegel, the Main and Mercer streetlight. If it's
yes.
a new streetlight, it needs to be approved by the governing body. I don't know if it's new
Can
or
we hear
not.
from Justin about it next week?
Sure.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Could you please tell her that we'll take it up next week? Okay, motion to adjourn.
Closed session?
We have to go back to executive.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to go,
Sorry to,
motion to adjourn, or not adjourn, it would be to,
back into executive
back
session.
into executive
So
session.
we need a resolution to go back into executive session for the same
I'll entertain
items.
a-
And with the possibility of coming out again as well, I think we need
No, we took
to.
care of that,
Yeah,
right, Kevin?
I
We
think
added
we,
them onto the consent agenda.
That was the add-on.
I still think there are things that we may need to come out
Oh,
about.
okay. If there are, then we should not
I would
adjourn.
entertain that motion.
Oh, I think you need a vote.
No second on that?
you making the motion?
If we don't need to come out, we won't come out, but if we do, we need to come out. We need
The
to make it
problem with
public.
doing that is that you're gonna have people that might wanna stay. to see
There are
what-
items we may need to come out about. There are items specifically on the agenda we may need to come out again.
So make the motion.
I did.
Second,
One second.
roll call.
Mr. Aronio?
Yes.
Mr. Briggs?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Genovese?
Yes.
Mayor Vitarera?
Yes. Okay.